The three Texans who laid the foundation for the National High School Rodeo Association were fortunately had the wisdom of Benjamin Disraeli, who said centuries ago, the youth of a nation are the trustees of posterity, and Diogenes, who declared the foundation of every state is the education of its youth. And so those three Texans in the late 1940s who started the National High School Rodeo Association were certainly aware how important education is, and they combined those truths with the innate wisdom of the open range to create a happy marriage of book learning and practical knowledge that can be acquired through interaction with livestock and sport, and what we call the Code of the West. One of the principles of the National High School Rodeo Association is to uphold our Western heritage, which a strong part of that is the way that the Western people always looked at morality, virtues, values. If it ain't yours, don't take it. If it ain't right, don't say it, you know. So I think that all of those things are very important to who we are as a nation, and I believe that it contributes to what our nation is. Rodeo is steeped in traditions of values, morals, sportsmanship, and patriotism based upon our Western heritage. Nearly 2 centuries ago, the wide, wonderful West brought discipline and education to earlier generations of American youth. As they tamed this West, as they built Dodge City, Santa Fe, Durango, Cheyenne, Deadwood, Helena, Pendleton, and Ellensburg, they carved a heritage. In the process, they founded the only truly American sport, rodeo, evolved from their daily work and the skills necessary to that work. As the work of the West once educated our forefathers, so the sport today educates our youth. At this big educational bash known as the National High School Finals Rodeo, the contestant's most important learning experience is the actual rodeo competition. The discipline is rigid. Show up late to register or miss one event and you're disqualified for the entire rodeo. The pressure is acute. You are up against world-class times and scores, and you're surrounded by legends, rodeo veterans, and icons, judge, announce, clown, and bullfight, or simply show up to help out. Wyoming first held a Nationals qualifying rodeo in Saratoga in 1955. Dale Federer is remembered as the chief activator of that wonderful development, and he went on to become a teacher at Cal Poly in California. The Wyoming American Legion has played a huge role in the development and perpetuation of our state finals, sponsoring amazing awards and opportunities to Wyoming and its youth over many decades. Their support and dedication truly brought high school rodeo to its zenith in this state, and there are some one set of photos over here that shows the kids with a lot of the awards and with some of the officers from the American Legion. And Chick Medea from Sheridan was the head of it for the years that I was really involved in state high school rodeo. And it was just amazing what they did for us. Douglas took over as the host community after Saratoga had it for 2 years. Then it went to Douglas in '57, and they kept it through '67. And they are the current host community and have had it many times through the years. Douglas also hosted the National High School Finals in '61, and they had the Nationals again from '81 to '83. Gillette first hosted the national event here in '93, and that continued through '95, and then it came back in '98, '99, or excuse me, '88 and '89, and 2004 and 2005, and now it's here again in 2010. Okay, these are some of the national champions, and we've already talked about Gaynell and myself being queen, and then Stephanie Marquis, who was from right here at Gillette, was queen in 1991, and I won the polls for 2 years, and then Takana McCurley from here at Gillette won the goat tying in '92, and then the Mankin family featured real well in the calf roping, and the Mankins are probably third generation pioneers of Campbell County here, and wonderful, wonderful people. And Betty Mankin won the breakaway roping in 1965, and in 1991, her niece, Mandy Mankin, went again to the National to represent Wyoming and took the breakaway buckle. So it's been brought home to Gillette twice by members of the same family, which I think is really impressive. Bobby Harris was one of Wyoming's most famous high school rodeo champions. He grew up right here in Campbell County. His dad, Nick, was a national finals steer tripper, And his mom, Janie Morris, pioneered before him in college rodeo. Bobby picked up the 79 state all-around title his freshman year and became the first boy to do that. He also claimed the calf roping and team roping titles and picked up a couple really special Wyoming awards. Now this was as a freshman. And this is Bobby Harris, who's gone on to great prowess in the Pro Rodeo Association in the steer roping. He got the Bob Eisenberger Memorial Trophy by accumulating the most timed event points because he worked every timed event. He won the Marlon Dickinson Memorial, which recognizes the cowboy best typifying the meaning of sportsmanship at the state finals. High school rodeo is often a stepping stone to the pros, but Bobby was already carrying a PRCA card when he earned the freshman all-around. And the PRC approved his membership at 15 under a provision for those seeking memberships in events where there are no permits. The steer roping finals fall into that category. He got his PRCA card. He's 15 years old. He competed in the professional steer tripping at Wheatland and Douglas, Wyoming, and Ogallala, Nebraska. He placed at Wheatland, and then he went west to the famed Pendleton Roundup, which is 100 years old today and one of the biggest, fattest, bestest rodeos in pro rodeo. And there at 15, Bobby finished second in the short round of the steer roping with a 15.7-second run, and took second in the average with 54 seconds on 3 head. Totally amazing for a 15-year-old. As a result, he was named PRCA Steer Roping Rookie of the Year, received the honor at the National PRCA Award Night during the National Western Stock Show in Denver. And his siblings, Brad and Charlene, have also rodeoed, and Charlene was a main cog in the wheels of the Women's Professional Rodeo Association for many years.